quarter. That's it.
Was any more children outside?
Huh?
Was any more children outside?
Any
more children?
No, wasn't. No shit, that's the face.
Can BJ read full sentences?
Yeah, that boy in 4th grade. What grade you in, boy?
Oh yeah. I thought he was younger than that, like 2nd grade or 1st grade.
Anon can read. He in 1st grade.
Have you be reading the King James, brother?
No, I don't be reading the Bible. I basically let them watch the stuff. They watch videos. I told them we were watching videos about this.
What type of you be having? Any specific like cartoons or anything?
Yeah, little Isaac.
Yeah.
Something.
This one. I'm pointing to. Yes. Starts with B, yes.
Sound it out, brother.
So it again.
I'm telling him to sound it out.
What sound is E?
You live?
Yeah.
Shabbat
Y'all
shalom.
come over here. Hey,
Shabbat shalom. How y'all doing, family?
My bad, started it up quick.
Yeah. I wonder why you put this here up here. Everybody use it. Bro, hold it like I told you what I just told you to do with that. If you can't do it with
Red side up, young man.
right there, just like that. Sit it down. You know how to stop it though, right?
Yeah. Okay. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. How y'all doing? All right. How was our week? Oh, watch that camera.
How was your week, BJ?
Good.
It was good.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
How was school? Good.
What about you, Anna? How was your week? How y'all grades looking?
But my teacher took it back because my classmates was talking.
Oh, so you point the finger and blame your classmates? So she took your stuff because your classmates was talking.
No, she took all of our progress reports and
Oh,
changed
okay.
the grades.
Wow. Cause y'all was talking?
Is that both of y'all?
I don't know.
Nah.
Pull up the software.
I wasn't talking. They was talking.
Here.
Get it down at the
So
bottom.
she punished everybody because somebody else
See
was
that
talking
black circle? All the way to the bottom.
Everybody.
and changed
Yeah,
everybody's
black circle,
grades.
Yeah.
Can't believe
When I
that.
wasn't
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
She admitted that I was doing good.
Yeah. And then she.
She still didn't give me that.
No, this is doing children.
I only had 2 C's.
2 C's? What you have 2 C's in?
Last year I had
That's good. What about you, Lele? You doing okay?
We watching any new shows? You watching any new shows?
When this is done, get your trash.
I'm saying like shows on Netflix. I was watching Raising Dion. That's a pretty good show. Y'all told me about that. Pretty good show. I'm into that. I'm gonna have to. I've been so busy lately. I'm gonna have to like binge watch it or something. Like show pretty good. All right. So real quick, what we gonna do is we gonna recap from last week. And we gonna, we talked about courage last week, right? So we're gonna get a quick recap, and then we're gonna go into today's lesson, okay? All right. So we talked about courage. Who knows what courage is? Yeah. What's courage? Being brave. What you got?
Let me keep it down.
Speak up. Speak
Tell
up.
them to keep it down.
Hey. We gotta keep it down in the back. I gotta hear the children. It's all right. It's all right.
Doing something that you don't want to do, but you
Say that again.
doing something you don't want to do, but you do.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
good. That's a great action.
Absolutely. What about more? What about physical courage? Remember, we kind of went through different levels of courage. It's really like 6, but I only went through 2 last week, so we'll stay focused on that. Well, who knows what physical courage is? Or if you can then give me an example. You know? Let me give you an example. Firefighter. What does a firefighter do? Put out fires, right? What do firefighters have to do? They have to save lives. Say that again. Put their life on the line. By doing what? Going into a burning house and possibly saving a life if the flame is not out of control. A cop every day puts his life on the line. A good cop, anyway. And usually, say if they at a traffic stop and they pull somebody up, they pull somebody over, and so what happens is they go ahead and they approach the car, and when they approach the car, they find a suspect that's armed. Now they have to call for backup because the armed suspect might try to pull a gun on them and do some bodily harm. This is the day-to-day stuff that cops have to go through. So, and then it might engage in a shootout or something deadly and tragic. All right. So that's physical courage. Those are examples of physical courage. All right, putting your life on the line regardless of what the outcome is. Moral courage is the same. You standing up for certain beliefs, and regardless of what the outcome is, even if it means you are, even if it means some bodily harm could get done to you. Last week we talked about, I gave a scenario where, children, you might see, a person might see a fight and it might be 5 people getting ready to jump on somebody. Well, if a person on the outside looking in, if you go tell a teacher, then he just displayed moral courage, because what could happen is after those 5 students get in trouble, they find out who told on them. They might want to do some bodily harm to the person that actually told. All right, so that person that told, it showed moral courage due to the fact that it was wrong for a student to get jumped, and he went and told regardless of what could happen to him. Right?
Want to ask a question?
Okay.
How many people in their schools they got people that do bad things around them that break the Bible? None of y'all? Anybody? You? Anybody in your school that that just doesn't do what the Bible says? They just always disrespecting adults, taking stuff from people. Yeah, stuff like that, right? So the moral courage is being able to stand on what y'all parents taught y'all the right way, and being able to put that to the side and to be able to follow the word for what y'all been taught.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that was just real quick. I want to start recapping on some of the things we talked about the week prior, to make sure we're getting it a little bit. Do everybody understand what courage is about? We understand what courage is about? Okay. So today's lesson, watch how you treat others. Watch how you treat others.
No bullying.
Yeah, and look, and that's definitely one of the things. But watch how you treat others. I want to go into some examples today, due to the fact that, sometimes, and I've been guilty of this, like mistreating somebody, and then that same person you mistreated, you turn around and you need that person, and now you at their mercy. And you're going to ultimately see how, like, the children of Israel at the time did Mashiach. And, it's crazy because he is the door to salvation. All right. But I want to show that's New Testament. We're going to go Old Testament first. So go to Judges 11:1. Let me know when y'all are there.
Are you gonna actually get there, BJ, or you just want me to read it?
Whichever one.
You gonna help your brother, Lele?
Here, I'll help you out.
This is important for the children, you know, so we're gonna try to make it simple for y'all to understand so y'all can apply it to y'all lives.
All right, Daquan, you have it?
Yeah, I got Judge.
Judges 11 and 1.
Chapter 11,
Chapter 11 and 1.
first verse.
Let me get there myself. Are we there?
I found 11.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 11 and verse 1. Yephtah, the Gileadite, was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of a harlot, and Gilead begat Jephthah.
Now pay attention to that because this is going to be important. He was the son of a harlot, and he was the son of Gilead. He was a Gileadite. Go ahead.
So y'all know what a harlot is? Someone, a real fast girl that's trying to sleep around with all the men.
Mm-hmm.
So it's key that y'all understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the girls that's always in the boy's face trying to, you know what I'm saying, do nasty stuff. A harlot.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Verse 2. And Gilead's wife bare him sons, and his wife's sons grew up, and they thrust out Jephthah, and said unto him, You shall not inherit our father's house.
Well, why? See, they not allowing him to inherit the father's house and be a part of the inheritance because he was born from a harlot. So, letting you know that a harlot, it was definitely at this time definitely not respected, still not respected, but definitely at this time not respected amongst Israel. Right? Go ahead.
And said unto him, You shall not inherit our father's house, for you are the son of a strange woman.
Right.
Then Jephthah fled from his brothers, and dwelt in the land of Tob, and where he gathered vain men to Jephthah, and went out with him.
Right.
And it came to pass in the process of times that the children of children of Ammon, made war against Israel.
Right.
And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob.
Now pay attention to that. They just cast them out of the house. They threw him out of the house. And then they decided now that they're getting oppressed to go and get their brother who they just mistreated. You know, they broke the law by not, we know the law that says love your neighbor as you love yourself. And, you know, so they didn't really display that.
Mm-hmm.
Cast them out the house.
Now they need them.
Now they need them.
Now they need them.
Right.
So the people that you may, you know what I'm saying, bully that person in class, that person at gym that's always getting picked on, you're supposed to be nice to that person. You're never supposed to continue to join in on everybody, following the multitude to do evil.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get that in Exodus.
Yes. Yep.
Keep going, brother, or
Yes,
you want to go to something different?
No, keep reading.
And they came to Jephthah and said, Come and be our captain. Wow. Come and be our captain that we may fight the children of Ammon. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, Did not you hate me?
See, look how he throwing it up in their face. He reminding them how they just mistreated him some time ago. So go ahead.
Did not you hate me and expel me out of my own father's house? And why are you come unto me now when you are in distress? And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Therefore we turn again to you now, that you may go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. So that person that y'all going through and that y'all might see getting picked on, you might need that person to help you study one day.
Mm-hmm.
You might need that person to help you introduce you to some new friend one day.
Mm-hmm.
The people that's, you know what I'm saying, you got to be able to treat people how you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
You don't want nobody to pick on you, so you shouldn't pick on other people.
Absolutely. And you know, the scriptures say to be at peace with all men, so it shouldn't matter how they outer makeup is. You know, it's about their spirit regardless. All right, so it shouldn't matter how their outer makeup is. You always judge a person by their spirit. by their fruits. That's how you judge their fruits. Keep reading.
And the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, therefore we turn again to you now, that you may go with us and fight the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead.
That's how desperate they is. You know, they mistreated their brother. They now they going back to get him, and they telling them that you'll be our head. They pretty much making a vow. Now go ahead, read verse 9.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, if you bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and Yahuwah deliver them before me, shall I be your head? And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Yahuwah be witness between us, if we do not do so according to your words.
Right.
Then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and captain over them. And Jephthah uttered all his words before Yahuwah in Mizpah.
Right. Let's go slide down to verse 29.
Verse 29. Then the spirit of Yahuwah came on Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead upon Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead he passed over unto the children of Ammon. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto Yahuwah, and said, if you shall without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be that whatsoever comes forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be Yahuwah's, and I will offer it for a burnt offering.
Mm-hmm. He making a pact with the Most High that if he delivered the children of Ammon into his hands, that once he returned to his house, whatever comes forth out of his household, would he offer up to the Most High. Go ahead.
And Jephthah passed unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and Yahuwah delivered them into his hands. And he smote them for Aurora, even until Minth, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel.
So the Most High delivered them into his hands. And see, the key is, you know, this is their brother, regardless if he was born from a harlot or not. You know, they kicked their brother out of the house and did not, you know, they broke the law, you know, by, again, not keeping the law that says love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They kicked him out of the house, didn't care about his well-being. Then when they was getting oppressed, they go and get him. That's the key. You know, just we have to watch how we treat people, because you never know when you'll need somebody. It's always key to be at peace with all men, not judge a person by their outer shell, always judge them by their spirit.
BJ, sit up. Do you understand what's going on, BJ? You do? What about you, Anna? We understand that after we seen that he was kicked out from his father's house, that Yah exalted him. So it's showing you that the people that's in humble positions is going to be brought to a high position, because he going to continue to do what Yah saying, even though he's being ridiculed, even though you may be looked at funny by some of your classmates. Do the right thing, because the Most High is always watching. That's what this story is trying to show us. You understand that or not? You understand that? You got another precept out?
Yep. Go to Acts. First, go to John. Go to St. John 10. Let's see. Yeah.
St. John.
St. John. Yeah, make sure it's St. John, not the epistle. Real quick, we also have Joseph that was mistreated by his brethren as well. And so we see him getting, you know, pretty much cast out the house. The same scenario, him getting cast, and this actually happened before Jephthah. And he got cast out the house, and then later on, he was the one that would deliver his brethren and his father's household from the famine and give them a better place to live for the time. Anyway.
Didn't Joseph get taken away from his brother?
Yes.
Yes.
His brothers were the one that actually sold him.
Mm-hmm.
And when they sold him, he was exalted into high places.
Yeah.
So showing that the person that get made fun of is oftentimes the person that the Most High is going to look out for.
Right. Remember, they hated Joseph because of his dreams. They hated Joseph because his father showed favor to him, made him a long road, his dreams got his brothers upset, and so then they came with this plot to sell him off. But ultimately, it led to him delivering them out of the famine. All right. So
Which verse?
St. John. Where we at? Hold on.
What you was looking for?
Okay, here we go. I don't know why I didn't know it's off top. Verse 9. This is Mashiach, y'all. As a matter of fact, start at verse 7.
All right. The book of John, St. John, chapter 10 and verse 7.
Hold on. First of all, do we all have it? You have? Here.
No, he don't got it.
I have John.
10 and verse 7. Chapter 10, verse 7.
Chapter 10, starting at the 7th verse. So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all sometimes make fun of people? No. Did you just lie to me to my face, BJ? Do we sometimes make fun of people? What about you, Anna? No? Okay, I never heard you make fun of nobody. Okay. You? Okay. So, BJ, that's good that you're able to admit that. We see that, we got to come out of that, right, BJ? You see that the Most High is not happy with people may have made fun of, right? Okay.
All right. Now, this is the Mashiach. This is important. Go ahead and read that.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 7. Then said Yahushua unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. Mm-hmm. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture.
Right. Showing you that he is the doorway to the kingdom. There is no other way that we can get into the kingdom of God unless we are have faith in the Mashiach. All right. So go to St. John 14 and 6.
Now we're going to go to John chapter 14 and verse 6. So it's just a couple pages over. You there? You there? Book of John, chapter 14 and verse 6. Yahushua said unto them, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes unto the Father but by me.
But by me.
If you had known me, you should have known my Father also. And from henceforth you know him and have seen him.
Good pause right there. So showing you furthermore that he's the doorway into the kingdom. All right. But here, see, why is this important? Mm-hmm. It's because you got to understand, Yahushua, he was neglected by his brethren. Absolutely. So when he's telling them this stuff, they still neglect him. All right, you're talking about Judas Iscariot plotted and had him set up to be crucified. All right, he was right on his side. All right, so the fact of the matter is, it's look how they treat him, and then this is the doorway into the kingdom. There's no other way into the kingdom.
Got to believe in Yahushua. And how else we got to get to the kingdom? Anybody can answer? How else we get to the kingdom? What we got to do to get to the kingdom? Believe in Yahushua, and what else?
Repent.
Absolutely. You got to repent. Absolutely. You got to repent. That's the first step.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's the first step.
That's the first step. Very first.
But you got to keep the commandments, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we say, right? That's what I was looking for, to keep the commandments. So when he say he's the door, he wants you to follow him. Mm-hmm. You can't come into that door not right.
Yeah.
Let's get that Exodus 23 joint from me.
Okay.
Out.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see these people getting picked on, and you there, it's usually a lot of people doing it, right? A crowd of people talking about somebody, making fun of people, doing jokes, right? And nobody ever considers that person's feelings, and the Most High is considerate of their feelings, so we should be too. So this scripture right here is the law, and it's very key, especially because I know it's hard in school when everybody else is doing something and you don't want to seem like the outcast, not wanting to do what everybody else do. But we understand that the Father, Elohim, he doesn't deal with numbers. He said he'll make a one chase out 100. So with that being said, we got to do what he wants us to do, and that'll make us the small number sometimes. You read that for me?
Absolutely. Y'all, we're going to start at verse 1.
Yep.
Exodus 23.
You need help, BJ? Yeah, he know how to get to that Exodus, right, BJ?
Exodus 23 and verse 1. Let me know when you get there, BJ. You there? All right. This is Exodus 23 and verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report.
Thou shalt not raise a false report. How many people have told a lie before? Told a lie before. So we understand that is a direct violation of what we're reading on this page, right? Thou shalt not raise a false report. So that's one thing we know we got to stop, right? We got to stop that, right, Anna? Good. What about you, BJ? That's good. Keep reading.
All right. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
So don't tell on nobody, you know what I'm saying, falsely, trying to get them in trouble for no reason. I've seen that done amongst the children, you know what I'm saying, telling on people for no reason to get them in trouble because they got a piece of candy or something that you want, or they bouncing the ball that you want. You can't do that. Keep reading.
Hold on. What we all know what a witness is?
Yeah.
What is a
good
witness?
Question. You got it, BJ. Excuse me?
Something that you want to prove.
Something that you want to prove? Not exactly. Close though.
A witness that someone watches.
Absolutely.
Somebody who watched
Somebody who seen the event, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who was right there. So if you bearing a false witness or bearing a false report, you saying that you seen something that you never seen.
Yeah.
Right? What's up, Ot?
All right. So let's keep reading.
Verse
Verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
You shall do what?
Not follow a multitude to do evil.
So we cannot follow that group of people, you know what I'm saying, that's picking on somebody, that's making fun of somebody just because everybody else doing it. We got to not follow a multitude to do evil. We got to be that one person to sit back and to tell them that they're being wrong. And if they don't hear you after that, hey, you got to be the one to sit back and do you and follow the Most High and put his word first.
Guess what? That goes in with moral courage as well.
Absolutely.
Think about it. If a multitude is doing evil and you the only one that go against the grain and turn away from them, they going to look at you as awkward. Oh, man, I'm thinking, I don't know if we got enough time to go into that Peter. You know,
Oh,
man.
knew I was going there.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you knew I was going there.
Yeah.
That's funny. You a good brother.
Yeah. So,
But-
you know, that just lets you know that that ties in with moral courage. All right. You see a multitude doing evil, you warn them, like the brother said. If they don't take heed, you turn away and you go and continue to do righteous, and you let Yah deal with those that multitude that's doing evil. Okay.
How many people have seen somebody doing something real bad before? Has anybody did you tell somebody that? No, I know that we got this notorious no snitching rule, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? That's nowhere in the scriptures. It's up to discretion. I'm not saying if somebody's dropped something on the floor and picked it up and ate it, do you go tell your teacher because of that? No. But if you see somebody getting bullied and hit on and being picked on, we got to follow to certain guidelines. And it goes for y'all too, because you guys see this a lot. So get that Leviticus 5 out. What you see somebody do that was really bad? Anything that you've seen before? Somebody was talking about somebody? What about you, BJ? A lot of things you saw bad, so you can't even say nothing, huh? What about you, Pooper? No? Okay. Okay. Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1. You there, BJ? Leviticus, the third book of the Bible.
Then we're gonna go
for sure. I seen that there. You ain't never get to it.
Yeah, no, it's all good. This is important too. It kind of ties in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chapter 5, in the first verse. You there? Okay, read that for me. All right?
Okay. This is Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing
So if you see or hear somebody that's doing some sin, right? Keep going.
and is a witness, whether he hath seen or known of it,
So whether you seen this person commit a sin or whether you known of this person committing a sin, what?
if he do not utter it,
If he do not tell somebody, right? So if you see somebody get beat up, picked on, right, and you don't tell somebody, what happens?
then he shall bear his iniquity.
So you're going to bear your own iniquity or your own sin, which means you're going to be in trouble with the Most High for this stuff. It may not seem like nothing. We taught to mind our own business and to stay in our own lane. But when you see a student, a fellow friend of yours getting picked on and bullied, you have to say something to the teacher. You have to.
Okay.
You understand that, BJ?
Yeah.
You understand that or not?
Yeah, so let's from there, good precepts. Acts 4 and 10.
You need some help, BJ? Okay. Acts right after the Gospels. Acts 4, verse 10. You there? Okay. This is the book of Acts, chapter 4 and verse 10. Be it known unto you all and to all people of Israel that by the name of Yahushua Hamashiach of Nazareth, whom you crucified, whom Elohim hath raised from the dead, even by him does this man stand here before you healed. This is the stone which is set at naught of you builders, which has become the head of the corner.
You see that? Like, now listen, the same way we pointed out Jephthah, how he was kicked out of his household, and later on they needed him. Now, Peter and the apostles, their job is now to go and spread the gospel and to show, especially Israel at this point, to what transgressions they wrought by crucifying the Mashiach. All right, because he's the chief cornerstone, but because he didn't come in glory, they couldn't recognize it. It's like they was a bunch of people pleasers. They ignored the fact that he was fulfilling all of the scriptures, and they couldn't see it because they was blinded by their own understanding. So when it says, this is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which has become the head of the corner. Well, remember, the Mashiach said that he's the doorway into the kingdom. All right, there's no other way to get into the kingdom. And now Peter and the apostles is further magnifying that he is the doorway. Read verse 12. Oh, yeah.
Flip back. Oh, my phone, my book is tripping on me. Okay. Verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is no other name under Shemayim given among men whereby we must be saved.
Right. So, all right, there's no other name that we'll be saved by. Mashiach is it. You have any questions? Comments? You have any questions? Okay. Well, you know what we have to do? We got to give good 3 hallelujahs. All right? All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hallelujah! All right. We going. That's it. I know, we gonna do 3 of them. Oh, shalom, man. What's going on? You all right? All right. Good to see you. Hey, seeing you in a minute. I had to look, give a second. All right, let's go. We got 2 more, y'all. All right. I'm gonna say it with you too. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hallelujah! Let's get another one. I like that one. Let's try to really, really blow. Oh, I guess we scared my son. No. Yeah, it's my baby on my way. Let's get one more good one, y'all. One more good one. Let's try to blow the roof off. 1, 2, 3. Hallelujah! Good job. Shabbat shalom.